Out of respect for the victims and the families of the victims of 9/11, we're going to start this video by looking at this Facebook page, Never Forget 9/11, which has 445,000 likes. Now, because it's current, we're going over to Google Trends, which will show us the search volume on Google for the keyword term 9/11 truth. And we can see in 2005 here, this was the search volume, had various peaks along the way, and it's down to this level at the moment in 2013. Now, this doesn't mean that the area is diminishing at all. What this actually means is fewer people are searching for 9/11 truth. It means that they've made up their mind. If we scroll down the screen here to look at the regional interest, let's have a look at this list of countries. Canada, US, Australia, UK, no surprise there, followed by Sweden, Netherlands, Germany and France. And what are people searching for in this area? Generally, it's pretty scientific. Engineers, architects, pilots, videos. So I think people are doing their homework still and coming to the conclusion that 9/11 is an inside job. Well, just have a look at what these numbers here are, because these are current, 2013. We'll go over to Google AdWords. Google AdWords here, we can see that at the moment on desktop and laptop devices per month, a considerable total of 27,100 people are looking at all these areas. Architects again, pilots, conspiracy attack firefighters. So people still wanting to know the truth over 10 years on, and this is on desktop and laptop devices. Let's just see how many more if we get on mobiles. And another 6,600. So probably around 35,000 new people a month researching 9/11 truth on Google. Here's a recent article dated December 2012. That's on the Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth site, saying that their films are approaching million view milestones. So internet success shows we're ready for a public awakening. So first of all, their 15-minute mini documentary, Architects and Engineers Solving the Mystery of WT7, is about to reach 1 million views on YouTube, and that's actually overtaken that now. That's very good. It's talking about how popular it is. Secondly, another landmark documentary, 9/11 Explosive Evidence Experts Seek Out. That's nearly got 1 million views on pbs.org alone, and more statistics. I love this kind of analytic stuff. People's feedback. And their Facebook page has just crossed the 100,000 like mark. So that was in December 2012. Things are still going strong. While we're talking about YouTube, we're current, again, February 2013. Type in 9/11. The first video that comes up for me today has been viewed by 26 million people. The analytics show us very, very steady build, that people watching it in the US, Germany and the UK. 26 million is nothing for a YouTube 9/11 video. You can see here down the side as all these videos come up. We've got 3 million here, 4 million. I mean, I've seen over 30 million on YouTube watching 9/11 videos. While we're current, onto Facebook. Obviously, you can buy Facebook likes, you can buy YouTube hits as well. We're having to assume that these are genuine, which they probably are. 82,000 likes here. Going down here, 9/11 was an inside job, 16,000 likes. Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, that's up to 122,000 likes now. National September 11th Memorial and Museum, 96,000 likes. And there are loads of these pages, and they're in all sorts of languages and different countries. So it's just a taste of how very popular 9/11 Truth still is on Facebook. I thought I'd show you another interesting thing, or I think it's interesting. It's not just about 9/11 truth. The idea of false flag is taking root. You can see it practically here. No one was searching for false flag in 2005, and it had a steady build then, partly thanks to internet penetration, of course. And now we're seeing headlines like the Burgas attack in Bulgaria. on RT. Is that a false flag? The Oslo attacks, was it a false flag? I mean, the Asian Times, Chonan, we've just got so many false flags going on with our shadow government that people are starting to wake up to this filth and starting to work out what's going on and want to find out more about it. So moving down here, let's see, again, United States and Canada, United Kingdom and Australia. We see these familiar countries, but here is Malaysia coming online too. The Malaysians are starting to get into this stuff, and that's very optimistic. Let's go over to Google AdWords and have a look at how many people per month globally are looking at the idea of false flag. Google AdWords tells us that the term false flag globally is Googled, and that's just on Google, a massive 60,500 times per month. And we can see here, I mean, the Sandy Hook incident has just skyrocketed interest in the United States and Canada. That's on desktop and laptop devices. Let's look on mobile devices and see what we can add to that. Oh, and that's an extra 15,000. So really, 75,000 people per month are Googling false flag. So we've looked at some current statistics and 2012. Now we need to go back into 2011 and beyond. In 2011, ICM here commissioned a poll. Well, Ian Henshaw commissioned a poll. ICM conducted it. The results were quite stunning. 8% of people in the UK strongly agree that they have been told the full story of the 9/11 attack. So, of course, 92% don't think that. And again, in 2011, the 9/11 Truth News reports that a poll demonstrates that 48% of New Yorkers support investigation of the World Trade Center 7, Building 7. And again, in September 2011, in France, an HEC poll, it showed that 58% of people have doubts, compared to 31% of people who accept the official story. So that's a very considerable majority in France. Half suspect that the US authorities deliberately allowed the attacks to take place, while a third suspect they were implicated in the execution of 9/11. So the French aren't fooled. And just a quick look at this article written in September 2011, and this mentions that according to a CNN poll in 2007, only 2 out of 5 people in India believe that Al-Qaeda is responsible for the 9/11 attacks. And here's a fairly recent poll from May 2010 in German, who's to blame for 9/11, and this poll states that in Germany, 23% of Germans believe that the USA is responsible for 9/11. That's 1 in 4. And in 2010, 2/3 of Australians believed that 9/11 is an inside job. If you've never heard this Australian story, I thoroughly recommend this video.
On Wednesday, October 20th, Kevin Bracken put the cat among the pigeons when he told John Fain on an Australian Broadcasting Commission radio chat show that he was among the growing number of people in Australia, and indeed the world, who do not believe the official 9/11 story.
So the radio presenter was incredibly patronising to this man, Kevin Bracken, who was really nice, very down to earth, stayed very calm, deserves a medal. And after this broadcast, a poll was conducted and showed that 2/3 of Australians didn't believe the official 9/11 story and supported Kevin Bracken fully.